Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads, doing the hand thing again. I'm like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands, honestly. And I have a head cold, which is awesome. And if you've ever wondered, why is this dude always in hoodies? It's like summertime in the Midwest. It is. It is hot. It is humid now. And I'm in hoodies most of the time working from home because I'm indoors and we keep Toll Casa like a meat locker. So that's why. Fun fact. So why are we here? We're here to have one of those discussionary type videos. I don't know if I would classify this as a let me know video, but it is one of those videos where I want to talk about a topic in general with some elaboration and see if I can get the community the community discussing it, because I think it's important. I know BookTube can sometimes get a lot of negative press and negative publicity. I know sometimes BookTube, for some people, they get in here and they just get kind of discouraged. And I wanted to kind of point some things out, and maybe that would help. Or maybe that would, even if you don't have a BookTube channel, you would kind of understand where people are coming from. And I think I can make some of these negative things into a positive thing or an opportunity for people. At least maybe kind of share that the sun is out even when the skies are dark type thing. But anyways, BookTube is quirky. What often can be seen as a negative can actually be a strength in disguise. And here are kind of my 7 things about that. So first and foremost, number 1, there's just too many repeat books out there. I mean, everyone is reviewing the same thing, the trending books. It does happen. There are certain channels that are, their whole kind of bread and butter is about, vintage sci-fi or vintage pulp noir or westerns. And so they're very specific, and that's great. I think that's awesome. And I think, I'm very jealous of that at times. But even though everyone's reviewing these trending books, whether they're from the latest author, Sanderson, Stephen King, or whomever, this does create some shared conversations, like one big giant online book club. Even if everyone's doing it, you do have a chance, though, to add your own unique spin to it. Even if you feel like, hey, I'm going to be the last person to review this book. I mean, it's been out for 6, 7, 8 months. That's okay. I mean, you still have the opportunity to create a unique viewpoint, maybe talk about something that someone else hasn't, and provide some context that may spark some conversation. And so that is always something that you need to keep in mind. Number 2, there's an overuse of different kind of BookTube related videos or tropes, if you will, hauls, TBRs, tag videos, and they're everywhere. I'm one of them, let's be honest. But, it can feel repetitive and unoriginal, but the twist to it is that these formats work because they're engaging. People are interested in whether people are buying, they're interested in what people are reading, and they're interested in people in the tags because it does create, well, what's their viewpoint on that book, or what's their viewpoint on this question? And so it does provide, kind of an opportunity for you to express or infuse your own personality or takes or your kind of genre specific flavor to some of these different, book related videos, whether it's a haul, a TBR. I mean, you can do Western themed, you can do sci-fi themed. And I think you get some of that with some of the reading events. Number 3, it's all about the aesthetics. And, there's some channels that are very, very pretty. They're very focused on shelving and lighting, and that's great for them. If you view that as a negative, think about it in this term. It does create an environment where you as a booktuber can use that to level up your own kind of backdrops, your own kind of videos, to feel more professional. I mean, it pushes you to try to stand out and create visuals and edits that will draw people in, or maybe hone in on a specific genre And I think that definitely makes the overall quality of the community as a whole better, even though it might seem like, oh, now I got to do this because everyone, it does kind of level things up in a way. Now, if that's not for you, I get it. But you know what I'm trying to say. Number 4, there's just way too much gushing. There's not enough critical negative reviews. And that's kind of the negative, is like no one's saying what they really feel because there's just too much gushing. No one wants to kind of go against the grain when it comes to a new release or maybe a well-known author. I do think this creates an opportunity for a passion review, a very passionate, candid review, and that is contagious with people. I mean, people want that authenticity. They want to know how you really feel, and they don't want people just jumping on the bandwagon to gush about books. The same can be said, though, they don't want people just negatively hating for views either, and that does happen as well. Number 5, BookTube is really just kind of oversaturated. There's just way too many people trying to grow channels and growth and get their videos out there and get views and whatnot. Everyone's trying to get noticed. The positive of that is it is a large community. And that is a good thing because there's more potential for collaborations, friend reads, crossover events. You see that a lot with some of the reading events around our kind of neck of the woods in the community. There's June on the Range. There's different, big June kind of summer reads. There's Rocket Summer. There's Nonfiction November. There's a ton. There's Sumerian September. There's a ton of reading events, and these all give people something to look forward to, whether they're a booktuber or they're just, involved in the BookTube community as a subscriber and wanting to read along with the people and feel engaged. And I think that's a great thing. Number 6, it's time to, sink. It's a time sink. That's really what I'm trying to say is there's low payout. There's low ROI with BookTube because you put so many hours into things and you get little return. That's the viewpoint from a negative. The positive of this is it's a long game. It's not a sprint. It is a marathon. As you're building a community, you're building friendships through your subscribers. You are building an audience, and you're building a following of friends that share similar values, share similar book, picks, authors, genres, and they've come to rely on you for your viewpoints. And I think that's great because it is, in essence, what a community is about. And then lastly, you have to be on all the time. And that's kind of the viewpoint from a negative perspective. But what the positive is that you have to, the audience kind of craves authenticity. If you're on is genuine authenticity, humor, candidness. People will pick up on that and they will follow you. It draws people in and makes people stay and tune in and view what you have to say or what you're putting out and encourage you and, give you feedback that's honest and not always positive, but is very grounded in common sense and logic. And that only helps you as a booktuber. And so I hope this honestly is helpful. I don't know how much this gets said. I know it's probably been said before, but any negative viewpoints always has its opposing viewpoints. And I wanted to kind of share some of the major negative pitfalls that people see and create more positive spin. And maybe this will give you some pause or cause you to think about it. But if you have any suggestions, if you also share some of these similar viewpoints, please let me know in the comments. I always appreciate the feedback, and I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're reading something fantastic. I'll talk to you in the next one.